What is it that you like about this Bluffton team as we enter a new year?
I think the leadership's really well, and we have a lot of good bonds, and everyone's kind of getting along, and we're all just doing our role. And I think that's the main thing, everyone doing their role and staying healthy.
Tell me about this offense, because Cody's graduated, Hayden's graduated. A lot of guys have played a lot of snaps for Bluffton and have been very successful. So who are some of the guys that are stepping into bigger roles that we're going to be seeing on Friday night? What are their names and what are they playing?
Yeah, we have a few wide receivers stepping up. Last year we had some guys come out. Alec Rife and slot, he's going to be good, and Chase Gibson outside, I think is going to be really good. And Carter, this is his first year really playing varsity football, and he's looking good.
You taking over for Hayden, running this offense. What do you try to bring to the game, and what are going to be some of the similarities and differences of the offense that we've seen from years past to this season?
It's going to be a lot more reads and options and quarterback runs, and I think I'll have a lot more passing around me, so that's what we're going to do.
You look at the success that you guys have had the last 3 years specifically. I mean, I think it was 7-3, 7-3, and 8-2. So it's one of the better runs in Bluffton history. How do you keep that momentum going now that a big core of that group has graduated?
Main thing is just the culture, I feel like, and the culture's been the same, and I think we just keep rebuilding every year, and we've been rebuilding, and we rebuilt it this year, so.
For you, if there's one X factor or one big thing that the season could hinge upon for Bluffton, what do you think that it is?
Staying healthy right now, because if we have healthy guys, then we'll have them, and then they'll be doing good. So,
one more question: what are you most looking forward to about this season? I imagine it's one, as a senior, you look forward to it all throughout the whole course of your career. I'd imagine.
I'm looking forward to the South Adams game, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Love it. Anything else you'd like to add?
That's it.
All right. What's out to you so far about this Bluffton team?
We like to hit. We like to play defense. We can run the ball all right.
The experience on the defensive side of the football, linebacker is the position group that has the most experience. What do you try to tell some of the younger guys out there on the football field so they can kind of get up and get prepared for the level that they're going to see on a Friday night?
You play hard, and I don't know. I think we're kind of aggressive and a little bit scrappy. So, we're pretty tough, I think. Just play hard football, just play hard, I guess. I don't know.
You're a senior, correct?
Yeah.
So how much motivation does it give you to make sure that this isn't the class that kind of has the momentum stop with them, that you guys keep up the tradition of winning football here at Bluffton?
Just show up and play, I guess.
Final question, as a senior, what are you most looking forward to about this upcoming season?
Defense. Yeah, just playing defense.
Love it.
All right.
What do you like about this Bluffton team, and what have you seen so far that has you thinking, hey, man, we can be pretty successful here in 2021?
Yeah, so my senior class, we've always been really connected. We've always played together, and those younger guys are coming right along with us. And Kunkel's changed the program here, and so a lot of it is we're all together, and we push each other in the weight room. We push each other at practice. You knock somebody over, you pick them up, We play together.
You mentioned that, Kunkel's changed the culture here. How much motivation does it give you knowing that, over the last 3 years you guys have risen to a new level of success for Bluffton, and you guys, I imagine, don't want to be the class where it drops off. You want to kind of take it to the next level. How do you do that?
Yeah, so I think, like I said, with our senior class, we've always played together, and so I think that this year, big for us is that when we get to those hard times, unlike last year, I think there was some times that we didn't fold last year, but we would have hard times, play after play after play. Where this year, I think we could have a hard play, and then the next second we have a great play. And I think that a lot of it is a credit to Kunkel pushing us in practice. And I think it's our senior guys and even our younger guys, they step up and help it. So I think that's what's going to help us.
Tell me about this defense. Who are some of the guys that are stepping into bigger roles, and what have you seen that has impressed you defensively from this Bluffton team?
Yeah, so we have sophomore Johnny Cruz. Big kid. He's coming in. He's going to be a player, and he's stepping up as a sophomore, and he's filling some big spots. We had Farmer at nose last year, and he made tackle after tackle. But I think Johnny, he's gonna be something to have to deal with. But I think that overall, our defense, we're strong, and we like to play defense. We like to hit. We're aggressive, like John said and Luke said, but we really like to hit. So,
tell me about this offense, because obviously you guys have to replace a lot of guys who are productive, and Hayden and Cody, and not even just them, just a lot of guys that played a lot of winning football for Bluffton. How much do you guys put that on your shoulders to, I know the offense will be different, but to be effective in your own way this year?
Yeah, so our offense is going to take time to fall together, but I think we got the dudes. We have Ringer running the ball, and he wants to score. He wants to play football, and we got Lucas. I trust Lucas with everything. I think Luke is going to do great at quarterback. Our line, we got 3 returning seniors, 3 guys that started last year. We got Johnny Cruz stepping up, and we're finding that last spot right now, and I think that overall we're going to do good. We got young guys stepping at receiver. We got seniors playing receiver. I feel like we're going to do pretty good.
Final question for me. If there's one thing that this season hinges upon for Bluffton, what do you think that it is?
That we play together. I think that if we lose our heads and we have bad plays consecutively, it's going to be a bad night. And I think that if we play together and we play strong, then there's not much that can stop us.
Good deal, my man. I appreciate it.
You know, like I try to say in every interview I've done, our senior leadership has been phenomenal. This group of seniors, I coached them for the first time when they were in 7th grade, so I was a middle school coach, and then had them their 7th grade year, then took the varsity job, obviously. So they kind of knew the expectation coming in, been in the program with me for 4 years here now. So our leadership, 1 to 11 with our seniors, to me, has been the best at this point of the 5 years that we've had. We've had some really good leaders, but this group has really kind of taken it upon themselves to set the tone for the program and what we've been doing. So to me, that's been the most positive thing to this point, is just the leadership. I haven't had to say a whole lot at practice tonight, and guys are just getting stuff done. So it speaks to what they want to accomplish this year because they're taking the initiative and the onus to do it. So
when you look at the last couple of years, last 3 years really, I mean, I think it's 7 wins, and then 8 wins. It's really one of the better stretches in Bluffton football history.
Sure.
So given that a core group of guys like Hayden and Cody and those guys have now graduated, how does this group keep the momentum going? Because, in talking to these guys, they don't want to be the senior class where it dropped
right
off. They want to be the next chapter of what
Sure.
is a building program.
Yeah, and that's the challenge. I mean, and that's the cool thing is, 5 years ago when we kind of came in and started this, expectation wasn't really a thing. Now we've kind of got the program, the players have got the program to the point where they expect to win games, and that's great to expect it, but you look at our schedule and there's no for sure wins on there. I mean, we have to compete every Friday, but the fact that our guys have that mindset that they want to continue the trajectory we've had as a program, again, speaks volumes to their leadership, speaks volumes about what they want to do, and I think that's going to help us get to that point. I mean, it's still a process. We're 5 years in to hopefully a very long run here at Bluffton, but couldn't be happier with where we're at, with the foundation we've laid. But the fact our guys have expectation now is probably something hasn't been a whole lot of at Bluffton for a while.
Defensively, and looking at your guys' roster, it looks like you have a decent amount of experience specifically at the linebacker position.
Yep.
How does that set the tone for what you guys do defensively, and what do you think are some of the keys, and what are some of the things that you've liked so far about this team on the defensive side?
I really like our team speed on defense. You mentioned our linebacking core, led by John Ringer. Cameron Farmer is going to play inside linebacker for us this year too, moving back from his nose guard spot. Lukas Hunt's been a 3-year starter at outside linebacker. I know he's our quarterback this year, but he's still going to play some outside backer. But like our overall team speed, I really, really like. We've got a little thickness up front with Johnny Cruz, is a 265-pound sophomore playing nose, who's a really strong kid. Garrett Pauly's a 2-year starter now. So I really think our defense early in the year especially is going to kind of have to carry us. We're breaking a lot of new pieces on offense with what we've lost from the past 2 years. So I like our team speed. I like our kind of physicality up front. I like the experience we have. In the back end, we're a little inexperienced, but most teams we play are not going to spread us out and throw it, just in the conference that we play in. That doesn't mean they can't, just means they haven't shown it yet. So hopefully that inexperience can grow up quick in these first couple weeks heading into conference play.
Offensively, Hayden was a record-setting quarterback. Cody was fantastic last year as a jack of all trades, kind of playing all kinds of roles for you guys, just getting into football. Given that group of guys is gone and, Lucas is now your starting quarterback, how does that change what you do offensively or not change what you do offensively based on your personnel now?
Yeah, I mean, every year you adapt into personnel. I mean, that's just one of the rules of coaching, And, we feel really good about Lucas playing quarterback. I mean, he stepped in his sophomore year. We had a road game at Woodland, and he stepped in, I think, through maybe 4 passes, but we won the game 13-7. So he's been in some big-time games for us as a quarterback already. He is different than Hayden, but we're not asking him to be Hayden. We're asking him to be Lucas. hopefully, if our offensive line can gel here, establish the run. We would rather run to throw. In the past maybe 2 years, been more throw to run, right? So we want to run to set the throw this year. Lukas does a great job with his legs. John San Juan's a very shifty running back who we're going to put back there. John Ringer reminds me a lot of a skinnier Everett Johnson. He's not nearly as thick as Everett, but he runs like Everett. And a scat back like Anthony Cruz, a junior, is going to get some carries. So if our offensive line can mold together like I think they're capable of, hopefully much more run dominant than we have been in years 3 and 4 in the program, more like years 1 and 2.
Final question from me: if there's an X factor that this season hinges upon for this Bluffton team, what in your eyes would that be?
That's a good question.
They pay me the big
I really think it does come down to our offensive line. Just with, Lukas, his strength is not going to be dropping back and sitting in the pocket and putting it on guys. Whereas last year with Hayden, we could throw it 25, 30 times a game. This year, I'd like to keep that number between 12 and 15, right? So I think it's going to start and end with our offensive line. If they can mold together, I feel really good. If we have some issues there, we have to adjust some things on the fly. That gives me some concern. So, I would say offensive line is probably the biggest thing. I think defense is going to pull their weight. Cody Kinsey, a kid who was a kicker, you talk about special teams, but I never had to worry about kickoffs or punts or PATs the last 3 years, and now we have to. So that's another factor we're kind of working through here. So.
Good deal. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I appreciate what you guys do, man. So it's great. You guys do a great job. So you can leave that on there for a little hype video.
That's the only part I'm